So apparently Caleb Williams is struggling at the start of OTAs. Let's talk about it, people. What is going on? Yo, Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, hit that subscribe button down below, people. All right, so let's talk about this. Apparently at the start of OTAs, Caleb Williams had a very rough start. This is coming for a bunch of Bears beat reporters, one in particular, Nicholas Moriano. Great guy, man. Interviewed him before, and he talked about this in a tweet, and he said the following: really rough day for Caleb Williams and the starting offense. A lot of incomplete passes and near interceptions. In the 7-on-7 period, Williams completed just 3 passes. Jalen Johnson nearly had an interception over the middle of the field. In the team period, most of the passes were completed to the flat, and Williams held on to the football for a long time. Now, it's worth noting that Rome Odunze and Keenan Allen did not participate in 7-on-7s and team drills. Also, Nate Davis and Darnell Wright were not practicing today. So, let's take a deep breath here, and let's rationally handle this. I will say I am not surprised by Caleb Williams struggling at the start of OTAs. Why is that? Why is that? Faiz, don't be a hypocrite, and I'm not going to be. If Caleb Williams was excellent and was dominating at the start of OTAs, I wouldn't come on here and tell you, guys, this means that he's going to, obviously completely eviscerate the NFL right away. I wouldn't do that either. And so I want to be fair here. Caleb Williams struggling, there is always going to be some growing pains here. And this is the time. I'm going to repeat that. This is the time I want, and you should want, Caleb to make mistakes. Talked about near interceptions. Go ahead and throw them, because this is the time to experiment. Not during the games. Oh, no. In practice, you're trying to fit it through a tight window. Go ahead and do it, and if it gets picked off, so be it. It's practice. In the words of the great Allen Iverson, we talking about practice. All right? This is when I want you to go ahead and take those shots. Now, it's not to say, obviously, you want bad habits here. They're noting Williams held on to the football for too long. Clearly a trait that Justin Fields had that, was a deterrent for him. We don't want Caleb to have that as a bad habit. But my point being is, this is the time that you are okay with Caleb struggling, because this is him learning. Folks, we're talking about the first part of his Bears career. Like, this is him really at the very, very start of his Bears career. How can there not be growing pains? That almost never happens, right? Even when we talk about Patrick Mahomes, he had to sit for an entire year. And then, he was able to learn everything. So I'm sure in OTAs and practices and training camp, you can go back and probably find stuff about Mahomes struggling, all right, during that period when he first got to the Chiefs. So my point is, it is okay, and it is actually, though, not surprising thing that he's struggling, because the growing pains start at the beginning. You just don't want this to happen, obviously, when the games start. That's when the judgment calls will happen. But this is another reason why I wasn't going, ballistic on my predictions for Caleb in his rookie year. I wasn't going out and saying, hey, he's going to throw 4,000 yards and 30-plus touchdowns. Now, he still very well could, but you want to go ahead and just have that, a little bit of a buffer and set realistic expectations for a rookie quarterback, even one that has all the weapons. And mind you, we do want to be fair here. He didn't have 2 of his 3 receivers. No Keenan, no Rome. Didn't have 2 of his offensive linemen. No Nate Davis, no Darnell Wright. So, that matters. And he's going up against a top 5 defense, statistically, that the Bears were at the end of last year. So you are going up against a very tough defense. You don't have your weapons, all of them. It's not a good recipe for success, folks. So I'm not worried at all. Not at all, folks. This is OTAs we're talking about here. There's going to be plenty of time. We've got a long time before the season starts. Caleb, take all the time you need to practice and get better and, really just hone in on your craft here. So I'm not worried. I'm not panicking. Let's relax. Let's wait until the season starts before we start making any judgments, and we'll go from there. So let me know what you guys think. Worried about Caleb? I am not worried at all. Not in the slightest. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts as always. Thanks for watching.